In this video, we finished building my childhood home in Dungeon Alchemist. And welcome back, everybody. We are in part 2 of building my childhood home in Dungeon Alchemist, and as we get started here, I just want to point out that I sat down and recorded this part and realized, oh, I spent another hour and a half just furnishing the place, and so this video is sped up to like 2.5 times speed because I didn't think that I had an hour and a half of talking to do about this piece, and I also don't have a third video of talking about this piece. I think the concept pretty much stood for itself, stands on its own, right? And there's not much to explain. You'll see me moving around some doors and windows here as I acquaint myself with my home, but other than that, it's just furnishing rooms now and just playing around in the space. So I picked this program up originally as a way to help me better use my time as I do game prep for my D&D games that I run over on Start Playing. I've been running games over there since summer of last year, and I really enjoy it, but I've been on a hiatus for a while, a few months now, since February, just because of all my health stuff that blew up, but I'll do a video talking about that here in a little bit. But I'm excited to get back to it. Before this program, I was hand drawing all my maps, all my location maps for the most part, or I had another couple of map generators that I was using online. But I was generally, anytime I would do a map in this style and populate it with furniture, I was hand drawing all of the pieces individually, and I have started saving them in a large library of pieces, but that would take hours a week. I work 40 hours a week already, and so then I was spending maybe another 20 hours a week just making maps and drawing item art and drawing NPCs. And so just having this map maker tool means I can sit down in one evening, make 2 or 3 maps for my next couple of sessions, have that out of the way, and then I have more time to draw the items and treasures and characters that I want to draw and have more visual aids. Map making, the cartography part of things is definitely in my weaker set of skills. It's something I'll probably still play around with and learn more about, but in the meantime, this is such a time saver, and it's so beautiful and it's got so much to offer. So I'm really thankful to have this program now to do so much of that heavy lifting, and it lets me reinvest my time into creating even more visual aids for my group to use. So, while we're talking about Dungeons and Dragons in particular, I guess I'll address that elephant in the gaming space. I have been running 5th edition for, I guess, almost the entirety of its run, about 10 years now, 9 years. And before that I was running 4th edition. I don't want to make a full video about the Wizards of the Coast stuff, because if you've been following it since it all started in January, you're probably sick of hearing about it, and there's no reason for me to go back and rehash old information. If you know, you know. If you don't know, there are way better resources on YouTube and online in general than what I'll be able to sum up here. That being said, let me just say that if you play in one of my groups, if you find me on Start Playing, if we ever get a chance to play together, I will still continue to run 5th edition now that it is Creative Commons. That means the community owns 5th edition, We get to continue making stuff for it. We get to continue playing it the way we want to play it and the way we want to provide it to our groups. And WotC can't really touch it anymore now that it's Creative Commons. That it openly belongs to everybody, and I think that's great. And it was a long, hard-fought battle to get that, but I'm glad that it's done, and I'm glad that that's where it's at going forward. I will continue to run 5th edition because I have those books. I have a number of third-party books that I invested time and money in acquiring and learning. And there's a lot of great third-party publishers out there who I hope will continue to make great 5th edition stuff. I am also currently working on my own third-party role-playing supplements, and I hope to make them 5e compatible. But I will not spend another dollar of my gaming money on any Wizards of the Coast products. I won't be spending any more on any of the current 5th edition line that they produce. I'm definitely not hopping on board their new edition, whatever they decide they want to call it. I won't be personally utilizing the D&D Beyond services anymore. I won't begrudge my players if they use that. If you want to use these things, if you want to keep buying, good on you. I just don't comfortably feel like it's not for me anymore. I used to be more or less resistant to the talking point of just try new games, just try new, I've spent the time learning and investing, and I don't have a lot of extra time, and I certainly don't have a lot of extra income to just buy new games, start new games. So I want to play what I have and what I'm comfortable with. That being said, I'm no longer comfortable with what Wizards of the Coast does. I've watched them make a lot of goofs over the past couple years, and never really apologizing for those goofs, never really making a true amends for these kind of bad takes that they've shared over the years. And then this is just, this is the final straw. There was bound to be a final straw at some point. I think maybe my final straw was actually watching the fiasco with Spelljammer, and what a letdown Spelljammer ended up being for a bunch of reasons. So I knew that I kind of saw the writing on the wall with that one, and then all the OGL stuff was just wildly unforgivable. So I'll continue to run 5th edition because I think the 5th edition is the community's game now. Dungeons and Dragons, the licensed IP, that belongs to Wizards. They can have it, whatever. They can slap that logo on as much as they want. All that is a way for me to easily see what products I'll be avoiding picking up in the future. So thanks for putting a big ampersand warning label on things. You ruined a good thing, Wizards. You had a good thing going, and you ruined it. But that's okay. Because like I said, there's a lot of great third-party publishers out there making great work. There's a lot of indie print games out there making great work. I've just started reading Morkborg finally, and some other rule systems as well. So I'm going to start implementing those into my games. But I will still run 5th edition because I have those books, and I'll continue to homebrew, and I'll continue to work on my homebrew stuff. Eventually publish my own piece that I'm working on with the help of my family. So, yeah, that being said, I'm not going to fault you if you're still purchasing Wizards of the Coast. I wish you wouldn't. I hope you don't have to. But, they don't own they may own the IP, but they don't own the community. And yeah. That does it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to debate me on the morality of Wizards of the Coast products, feel free to do so in the comments below. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. If you want to support future projects, future videos like this, other projects that I have going on, you can hit me up over on patreon.com/xaq. That's patreon.com/Zach. Thank you all so much for watching and your support, and we will see you guys in the next video.